So in case you missed it, this weekend we've been treated to the open beta for Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Now this is a game that obviously has a lot of hype surrounding it and is honestly probably the most anticipated COD for at least the last 5 years, at least in my book. So I figured it was only right to test out the beta, see what we like, what we don't like, and whether we can be looking forward to this game releasing soon. But before we get into it, if you are new here, please do consider subscribing, especially if you do like all things gaming. So from what I've experienced so far, largely the Black Ops 6 beta has been fantastic. So from what I understand, there's been 3 maps released at the minute, my favourite of which is one of those classic 3-lane maps. It's the one with sort of like the train station. Again, I don't know the full names and specifics of it, but you've also got Skyline, which is another classic 3-lane, and then you've got the one which is like the downed array in the sort of desert east type area. Again, description is terrible, but you can see on screen what I'm talking about. Anyway, these maps so far have been very, very good in terms of bringing back that classic COD feel, as well as a little bit of variation in the sense that as much as we love the 3-lane maps and they are a COD staple, it's nice when you get a little bit of difference and a bit of variation in the gameplay there. It just enables you to do different things. I've found that the differing levels of verticality alongside with this new Omni movement, which is absolutely sick, we'll get onto that in a minute, just opens up so many different ways that you can actually play Call of Duty. Again, I'm not exactly fully up to date on my COD lore, but I'm used to running down one of 3 lanes, shooting my gun, dying, rinsing and repeating. And that element is still very much there, but with this Omni movement system, it's just so cool. I don't know how else to say it, and I feel like this will be a short-lived success because eventually people are going to get incredibly sweaty with it and it's probably going to ruin the game. But at the minute, there's still so much novelty there with it, and it's so fun just like diving off balconies and bloody sliding around corners and doing all these ridiculous like trick shots and stuff. Like, I was playing it with my buddy earlier and just watching him dolphin dive off of a balcony through a window into a swimming pool. It sounds crazy, and it is crazy, but it's fun, and I feel like this is a cornerstone of what this beta has been good at least so far. This could fumble it in the main game, but this Call of Duty seems like it's very built towards the more casual player, and I don't just mean in terms of the actual gameplay itself. Obviously, the Omni movement is going to become sweaty as fuck, and it's going to be for hardcores, but I've found that this game, to me at least, is the perfect pick up and play shooter for a casual fan. Now, one of the big elements behind this, and I'll be honest, this might already be in Call of Duty, but it definitely hasn't always been in Call of Duty, is when you lose a one-on-one gunfight, which I'll be honest I do quite often, if I've put bullets into that man and he then gets finished off by my teammate, I still get the elimination. Now, I'm not exactly a little KD rat who just obsesses over the numbers and that, but when you play a game like Call of Duty, you do want to feel like you are, contributing. So it's a very, very small thing, but when you come to the end of the game and a KD isn't like negative 20 every single game because you can't finish your gunfight because you're bad at games like me, it's quite fulfilling. It's, again, very, very small thing, but it just makes it more of a casual experience, which at the end of the day is what gaming should be about, at least in a broad sense. From what I've experienced, it does seem like the sandbox of weapons seems relatively balanced for a Call of Duty. Again, just with how sort of close in proximity the maps are at the minute, it is SMG dominated, it just is, and especially that Jackal PDW, that thing seems to slap. That is definitely what I would call sort of the best weapon that I have used so far. Also, the final AR SMG thing you unlock does also seem pretty baller as well, but all in all of the guns can get you kills, which again is obviously quite nice. I fear it might be a bit of a difficult game for snipers, but again, bigger game modes, potentially they're coming to play a little bit more. Also, and this is a bit of a random point, but the main menu music, or like the post-lobby, pre-lobby music, is so fire. Like, Call of Duty, especially Treyarch, normally nail it with like lobby songs and all of that stuff, and this one really hits the bill. Like, it genuinely got me like hyped up for playing the game, which is exactly what you want from a piece of music, right? I don't know, just as a more casual fan, this seemed like a more of a multiplayer for like myself, kind of like how it was back in the days on like Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, where, don't get me wrong, you could be sweaty as fuck and have those games where you're really like fucking got greasy controllers, but this just seemed so casual and so... It seemed more based on fun rather than being based on, like, fucking montage clips and stuff. However, I'll be honest, I'm more of a zombies player than a multiplayer guy, so I might not know what I'm talking about here. However, one thing that I do know how to talk about is things that I find wrong with video games, and when it comes to the beta, it is largely positive, but there is definitely some drawbacks that I've noticed having played this. Now, as I've already mentioned, this movement is a little bit of a blessing and a curse, and from the curse side of things, I really do fear that you're going to start getting absolutely fucking dick smashed in the coming months as people pick this up and learn the most beneficial and most operative movements. You're going to get pumped online massively, especially when it comes to skill-based matchmaking. Like, you're going to be in a lovely little casual lobby, and I don't know 100% if the beta has skill-based matchmaking. Honestly, it probably makes sense why I'm having so much fun if it doesn't, but if it does, you're going to absolutely love your life for a game and then get absolutely pummeled for the next like 30 minutes of gaming. That's not going to be fun. I am concerned about that, especially with the potential sort of PC, Xbox, all the cross-platformy stuff, because someone's going to whack their mouse sensitivity on like 1,000 and just fucking destroy everyone. That does have me worried. Also, and I think this is mainly just a beta issue, so I'm going to chalk it up to the fact that A, it's a beta, we can't judge the full game on it, and B, just the sheer amount of stuff going on. This game has been laggy as fuck throughout, and again, I'm hoping it's just a beta issue and it's not a larger performance issue. My fear is that there's so much shit going on screen, like there's so many inputs from all the different players with all of the movement that Xbox is, and maybe it's the same on PlayStation, I don't know, but they can't physically keep up with all of the different player inputs, and it just causes the game to brick. And again, it's not like ever fully crashed on me, but there's been good like 5 or 10 second pockets where I'm just sat there wondering what the fuck is going on. Again, hopefully this gets fixed in what is obviously a beta. These are things that they need to iron out and obviously improve upon the release of the game, but it was definitely concerning because I've not had a game do that and not fully crash, I think, honestly, ever. That's like one of the largest sort of pockets of, and most frequent pockets of issues that I've had. All in all, though, as somebody that is definitely not the biggest fan of Call of Duty multiplayers, I'll be honest, I was definitely more of a Halo kid. This genuinely did get me more excited and more hooked on the fact of Black Ops 6 releasing soon. Again, if you've got Xbox, like myself, you've got Game Pass, this is free, so it's kind of a win-win. Like, if you don't like it, you can just try it and get rid of it. But I am genuinely excited about this game coming out, not just from a zombie sense now, even though, given recent events, that's kind of fallen off a little bit. But I'm hoping that this game should be good. More importantly, what do you guys think? Are you still excited about this Black Ops 6 coming out? Have you played the beta yourselves? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. And again, if you are new here and you haven't already subscribed, please do consider doing so. Anyway, thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in another video sometime soon.